me smile, or it's not something that would make me feel good. It would be an effort. What makes you feel good?
Dancing,
Okay,
teaching,
dancing and
teaching,
teaching.
hosting.
Exactly.
There you go.
Actually, that's another tip we have for our viewers. Life is now so short that you should not engage in any activity that you do not love or that doesn't make you smile.
Yeah, there you go. That's another concern with a lot of employees, especially last year. They have this feeling that, of course, when you do work, it's not something that they really feel at ease with or they love to do every single day of the whole year, but they have to do it because in order to earn a living. So how can you go for something you love if it doesn't pay you that much or sustain you versus something that will sustain your family and yourself financially, but it doesn't make your heart smile?
Okay, maybe this is the reason why I'm back on the air at GNN. I prayed about this. I took a 3-month hiatus. That's why people who see me on Pinoy Matters on the business portal on Thursdays kind of missed me, if you did. I
missed you.
I took a sabbatical in a sense, trying to reinvent myself, and I prayed, what should I be doing for humanity, sharing my talent and treasure for 2011. And when Mary Beth and I just talked last night,
yes,
for me to come here, I think this is an answered prayer because precisely her question is very, very relevant to all of you watching out there. I believe, as your Dean of Wellness, unsolicited advice or solicited on the program of mayors, you do not have to do anything because you have to. We are the only beings in the universe that has free will of choice. Now, the earning part.
Yes.
Okay, the earning part, the financial part. And this is what I espouse if I ever get to have you in one of my learning sessions. I call myself a facilitator of sessions. Do not fixate on dollars, pesos, or money currency. It can get burned, just like the crash in 2008. It can disappear. In one sweep of the Wall Street market, it's all gone. Try to recall how our forefathers managed economy and lived. There was such a thing as a barter trade. Okay? Mary Beth, in your experience, what other currencies do you think you have? In exchange for money, what would
entice me?
Oh yeah.
Education. Like
okay.
if someone sponsored me for a certain learning session or series or education, I'd go for that.
So that is for information and education. That has value. You
yes.
can put a value in the seminar or X number of years in culinary school. Now is $500,000. It's like taking masters. But if somebody gave you a scholarship, wouldn't that have a value equivalent?
I'll just jump into the opportunity.
Exactly. So
I'll go
we
for
have
that.
money.
Yes.
Then
as currency.
Then we also have goods, exchange deal, like your sponsors. Okay, your hairdo, your clothes, black shop, and all that. You don't have to give a peso bill or a dollar credit card to acquire these things. All right, so we have now 3: money, information, and goods. What else?
Money, information, and goods. You've got spirituality, I guess.
Yes, okay. So spirituality, because it uplifts you. You do things because it moves you, okay? There's such a thing as, let's put it, a status, okay? When a person... Position, yeah. Like me calling myself and being called Dean of Wellness. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I am a college graduate of Maryknoll College, class 71. But people now call me doctor because of my experience and because I practice energy medicine.
Okay, you go doc.
But I am not a quack doctor. I don't have a PhD. But when people call me Dr. Hernandez, I just smile. Because they think that dean is an academic title and you have to be a PhD holder to be able to be a dean of a college.
All right. And with that, we will just pause for a short break. Again, we are talking about wellness in the workplace. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you can join our discussions and just text the studio. So with that, don't go away. Stay tuned. There's more to come when you return. Welcome back to the workplace. I'm Marybeth Nave, your host. And again, our special guest for this morning is none other than the Dean of Wellness, Miss Deanne Hernandez. Happy New Year again, and thank you for being on the show.
I'm so glad to be here to be able to share with us our thoughts on how to be well for 2011.
Right, so for all the viewers out there, if you missed the first half of the episode, we were talking about wellness in the workplace, and we are still talking about it. Currently, our topic is on the currencies of wellness. So a while ago, we talked about
money
as a currency,
information,
education or information,
yes,
status, position, designation, title,
and then where did we leave off? I'm having a senior moment right now.
Okay.
Goods. Yeah, in exchange. Yes. Scholarship, deals, and all that. Then we have, you do things because out of service. Okay. Volunteerism. You know, a lot of ours, military, nurses and doctors, they go out there to the provinces out of love to serve our countrymen. That is another currency. If you do things because you want to serve, you don't have to be a priest, you don't have to be a service crew in a restaurant, but if you do things because you want to serve and help humanity, that is another currency that's not stressful when it comes to, you know, getting payment for what you do.
Right.
But the last but not least is love.
Love.
Okay? When you work and do what you do because you do it for your family, for yourself, for a better life, your ambitions and goals, then any sacrifice that comes along the way is not stressful because your purpose is laced with sheer affection and dedication for people that you care for.
Wow.
So it's the love element that is the payback actually. So any hardship, any discomfort, any occupational hazard does not become a distress, but it becomes an eustress because even if you don't love what you do, because yung sinabi ko nga, you don't really have to, but if you feel it's part of the work and you're really not so thrilled about it, but when you go back to the purpose why you're working anyway, because you want to put food on the table, you want to put family through school, then it becomes lighter to carry.
Actually, that is true because I can attest to that. Because a while ago we were talking also about achievement. Achievement would be a good currency also for what do you call this? Being able to do something. If you love what you're doing, you find meaning in what you do. That's what you keep saying at the end of the program. I'd also like to thank Joanne for inspiring me on that. Joanne, one of the head news writer of GNN. And you were saying about you did get the doctor title because you've been in the wellness industry for quite some time, right?
And because I am a medical intuitive, although I'm not your traditional Western doctor, I have been attuned by Dr. Joby Dasano. She's a psychic surgeon and Reiki master. I can heal distance. Those of you out there, if you want to text in GNN and you would like somebody to heal of any lingering illness, cancer, or simple colds, just text, and as soon as I receive it, the healing energy will be sent. Now, I'd like to share, Marybeth, some excellence principles when it comes to wellness.
Oh yes, you do have the slides for that.
Yeah, actually, this is a 10 Commandments of Deanne Hernandez. It's called the 10 personal excellence principles, which
Okay.
I'd like to share with you. This is a distillation of my 40 years of being a training resource for the country. And let me breeze through it very gently. If you want me to expand on this further, or Mary Beth's Workplace show, we can go deep into it. But for the meantime, let me run it through those who are listening and are with us today. Number one, oneness. Okay, we want to be one. Number one, we want to be whole. Okay, so being number one, being whole, means you accept and embrace your humanness, all your frailties. But let's not forget that we have a divine soul, which is part of our oneness as a physical body, mind, and spirit. When you're working with a team, with a family, with different faiths, different nationalities, we are all one, and we're going to go home to one heaven. Okay, we're on one galaxy, one Milky Way, one planet Earth, regardless. So that's the oneness principle right there. So try to be whole. Try to embrace your world. Don't run away from the world. If you are in media, you're in the hospital, regardless. And if you find people with different color shades, you have the 6 hats thinking and all that, don't worry about it. Just be one, be number one. Okay. Number 2, addition. I'm very visual. If I run this through you in an actual live seminar, if you take the number 1, Mary Beth, and you take the vertical and cross it with a 1 that's horizontal.
Like a plus sign.
That's the mathematical plus sign, and that's my second principle, addition. We are now in the millennium 21st century, and the math now is not 1 plus 1 equals 2. It's 1 plus 1 equals 11.
Okay.
And we are in the year of the 2011. Isn't
Oh,
that nice? Okay.
Nice.
All right. So in everything you do, ang hilig naman natin mga Pilipino sa dagdag eh, hindi bawas.
Dagdag.
Diba? Dagdag. Dagdagan mo na lang yung smile.
Right.
Dagdagan mo na lang yung effort na sinasabi nila. Diba? Okay, the third one is, I came from City Trust, where I was advertising marketing VP there, and we had the pyramid as our symbol.
Okay.
An equal triangle in geometry is the most stable geometric figure. And I'd like you to remember about body, mind, spirit. Because like you said, work balance.
Yes.
You know, it's not enough workers or professional moms and dads who manage the home that you just take care of your body, your physical body. You have to feed the mind as well. With internet now, you don't have to go to class. You can access any subject, but also your spirituality. I am a Catholic, raised and educated Maryknoller Paulinian, but I am now an ecumenical Christian. I respect any religion, even atheism, if you don't believe. So you have to balance those 3 aspects. So that's the third principle, body, mind, spirit balance, as Mary Beth was saying earlier.
Okay.
Now the fourth one, Mary Beth, what do you think that those 4 words mean to you and our audience? Quality, uniqueness,
accuracy, and delivery.
Yeah.
Well, when I think about it, it's really more of doing the best in everything you do. Like if you get into hosting, you don't just give 50%, you give it all out.
1,000%.
1,000%. I mean,
Yes,
seriously, if you get into teaching, you don't just say, oh, I just have a license and I'm just gonna start, teaching just the theory. You always give something more in order for people to have that take home, especially that they find meaning in everything that you do. So I think that for me, when I read that, that's what it is.
Yeah, because quad is already 4 na yan, di ba? You have from trio, we're going to quad.
Right.
The quality, okay. The Philippines used to say, oh, local lang yan, waklas yan. But now, we're entering the global markets. We have the Charis Pempencos of this world and the Arnel Pinedas, and they're able to hold their unique Filipino gifts, but they can do pyramid and be with journey and hold their own as Filipinos, no? Now, when it comes